Hi, everyone. My name is Tim Kitson, and this podcast episode is all about hardware. How many times in the last year have you been asked to subscribe to something? A new service, a YouTube channel, or to enticing premium features on an otherwise free app? Probably all listeners to this podcast have at least one monthly subscription for a digital service. Yet schools and educators are sometimes slower to adopt subscription services with monthly costs than other sectors. Teachers want tangible, reusable, long-lasting products for their taxpayer dollars, just like the parents who foot the bill. Hardware. Teachers like hardware. Enter SWIVL. SWIVL is a small robot that tracks a user's movement through a room while recording video with an iPad camera and external mic. The result is a dynamic video filmed from a stationary location, almost like a smart tripod. Although SWIVL is used in multiple sectors, the product's main market space is education, with various uses. SWIVL was helping teachers keep absent students up to date before the COVID-19 pandemic, but that specific use really bumped up with hybrid and fully remote learning being necessitated across the country. With SWIVL, teachers are able to offer a more dynamic and kinesthetic lesson than with a laptop alone. And students who cannot physically attend a class certainly get a fuller experience than a makeup worksheet could provide. Taking just a moment to imagine SWIVL's impact in the classroom reveals its value. If a teacher wants to demonstrate a specific skill, boom, SWIVL is there. And in terms of differentiation and students learning a second language, I think there's some implicit benefit in having a camera up close to see, be able to read a teacher's lips, to see their facial expressions, to hear their emotions in a video format, especially over distance learning, can be a real benefit. And then, don't miss out, teachers, on also giving SWIVL to the students to use. Students can get a lot of benefit out of filming their projects, making videos with SWIVL. Is a real benefit there as well. Also, in rare circumstances, SWIVL could also be used to document specific behaviors in the classroom, not only from like a safety perspective, but also as a matter of teacher reflection. So what does the literature say about SWIVL? Teachers must approach flashy hardware with due academic skepticism. I found a 2019 study from Johnson, Zhang, Crawford, and Moylan that looked at the use of SWIVL in service teachers in special ed classrooms. The study's primary focus was not SWIVL hardware specifically, but the methodology of using SWIVL to conduct their research shows that SWIVL has useful implications for evaluating teacher work in the classroom by an outsider. A educational study conducted in 2020 by David Perez looked at work at the School of Education at Charleston Southern University in Charleston, South Carolina. Quoting from his work here, that school conducted a study to evaluate SWIVL's application to teacher training and preparation. Elementary and high school teachers recorded themselves and reflected on specific skills and areas of instruction. In the study, teachers shared classroom instruction videos with instructors, classmates, and in some cases, students in their classroom. Teachers reported how reviewing their lessons brought awareness to aspects of their teaching style, exposed issues, and informed goal setting and teacher strategies. So, I think this is a different use case of SWIVL than the first study from Johnson and others, in that study, SWIVL was used almost like a big brother looking in at what new teachers were doing. And in the Perez example here, it's teachers using SWIVL themselves for their own learning. A real nice exchange of ideas there. Perez is not the only academic studying SWIVL. Another qualitative study done by McCoy and Lynam, published in 2020, in the abstract says the following. The analysis provides strong evidence that the digital video footage was highly supportive in pre-service teachers' weekly self-reflection and in developing their self-reflective practice. They reflected on embodied and non-embodied aspects of their teaching, in the process revising their habitus as a teacher. The richness of the data provides new evidence on the potential for video technology to support teacher professional development internationally. So another really nice thing about SWIVL, as these scholars point out, is that once that recording is captured, it can travel all over the world for reflection, and for feedback. And so, I think academia in general is turning towards some of these devices as eyes and ears in the classroom, not only to benefit students directly, but to benefit the teachers and by extension, more students down the road. Citations for all those works are in the show notes below this podcast. So the entry-level SWIVL product, the CX3, is $859 currently in 2021. It provides 360 degrees of continuous rotation with 90 degrees max movement per second. The tilt is a 25 degree range with a max of 10 degrees per second. And the tracking allows up to 10 meters of range with operational line of sight between the robot base and the remote attached with it. In terms of mobile compatibility, it's compatible with Apple and Lightning USB-C cords, iOS 10 and up, and Android OS 9 and up. For more specific information on the technical specifications, also check the show notes down below. Like we talked about at the beginning, everybody's coming up with a subscription model nowadays, and SWIVL, the company, is no different. They offer and encourage users to purchase a yearly $75 subscription to what they call Teams, a service they provide that functions along with the robot, that helps for cloud storage, sharing among other SWIVL users, and other details. I'll link that information down in the show notes as well, but I want to stick to hardware since that's the theme of today's episode. SWIVL seems like it's here to stay. This is a growing space to bring robots and bring, more cameras into the classroom. I don't think any educator really believes that's going away. And this is one of those early products still. SWIVL is still in early days of widespread adoption. And it seems like a great piece of hardware for the classroom. In doing research for this podcast episode, I came across an article from Forbes about the rise of subscription services in our culture. The article lists 4 characteristics of subscription services that make them popular. 1 is price. People love a good deal. 2 is convenience. They need to improve function for users. 3 is personalization. And 4 is curation. You want to feel like when you have a box of clothes sent to your house, for example, that someone with good fashion sense picked out those items for you. Well, SWIVL, the robot paired with their subscription service, really provides those things for, we can debate about price, but they definitely make reflection, differentiation, and all those teacher buzzwords a convenience having one of these in the classroom. They can definitely personalize learning, and teachers can curate really good assessments and good takeaways from their own reflection. SWIVL's worth it. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you have any questions, send me a message, and I look forward to making more of these episodes soon. Bye-bye.